How's it going? I'm Nick Mack, Chief Engineer of Electrofield Studios. I'm here in the A room here with a beautiful pair of 8361s and 1035A Genelecs, and we're here to talk about the GLM4 software. GLM4 is a great application that you can use to calibrate your speakers to your room, so you have the best listening environment possible where you're working with an artist. I know that for me, I've been on tour with Post Malone, setting up studios backstage every single day so that we can work wherever we are, no matter what conditions we're in. So if we're in a super small room or a super big room even backstage, you never know what you're going to get. We can get the same quality of work done so that we don't have to keep going back and redoing things. What you're hearing is what you're hearing, and you can get work done and save time, money, and you can party. So anyway, some of the places that we've taken the Genelecs is, hotels, buses, like I said, venues backstage. Big studios, small studios, studios like this, A room, where it's a larger working area, but no matter where we are, I want to make sure that the speakers are giving the artists what they need, making sure that they feel comfortable, making sure that they're inspired to do the job. Anyway, I'd love to run you guys through a calibration profile with the new GLM4. So let's open the program up and get started. It's going to launch here. And I've already run a profile previously, but I'm going to open a new one because I want to show you all how to do it. But this is the beautiful new screen that you're going to see when you finally complete a calibration. And it looks great. It's super easy on the eyes. I like it. It's intuitive. I'll get to more of the features in just a moment. But for a new profile, we're going to go ahead and start. Make a new one. Going to drag and drop your speakers. It's very simple. I'm going to confirm the layout and name it. Cool. Confirm the group. And then I'm going to do a single point calibration. I'm going to do an individual EQ. And then before we get started, I want to definitely put the microphone in the position that you're going to be listening in. I've predetermined that this is my listening position right here. I've marked it. And all you're going to do is hit start calibration and then be quiet. Don't talk. It'll tell you that you're talking and you need to be quiet. So here we go. Cool. Now it's going to optimize automatically. I can move this out of the way. And there's a bunch of new features with it. Obviously, the first thing you're going to see is the new layout that it's got. The graphic user interface is great. It's Catalina compatible, which is fantastic. And also, it's just smooth. It's really simple. It's easy on the eyes. I can just get to work and then go about my day. One of the points that really just kind of hit home for me that I need this software every single day was on tour. Every single day you're in a different place, and you have to calibrate every day because I want, like I said, my artists, I want them to walk in and feel like we left off just from the last point we were working at. I don't want them to say, why does it sound different today? Why does it feel different? I want to have the same canvas. I want to paint from the same canvas that we worked on yesterday. So this software allows me to set the stage, if you will, for the artist to walk into the room and start working. Backstage, we had Tyler Yahweh come in, we had Sway Lee come in, obviously Post would come in and work. And here in the EF studios, we've got 24 Karat Golden, Ian Dior. We've got a whole list of producers on our roster that come in, and every day it's the Genelecs. They want to work on the Genelecs, and it's got to be loud, it's got to be accurate, and it's got to be right. Now we're going to go ahead and save the measurement. Save it as A room. I'm going to replace my old measurement because it wasn't quite as good. And then I'm going to confirm the AutoCal. It's going to bring us to the screener here. Got an output fader as well, so you can adjust the level of output from your DAW or rig or whatever you got going on to the speakers. And what I usually do in this room, I know that -20 works well for me. It keeps my speakers out of protection mode when I'm running them a little bit harder because people want to hear it loud. So I think -20 is best for me in here. I'm going to set it there, and then I'm also going to listen back to some reference material that I know well. Cool. Another great feature of the GLM4 is it'll actually show you the signal going to each speaker, and you can see here by the readout on the screen that it's actually showing the speaker, the level going to the speaker. It's really cool. And also, you can click to mute, which is really helpful. So it's all just really easy, at a touch. Anything you want to do, you can do it. If you right-click, there's more options as well, which is really cool. There's an acoustic editor, so you can edit each of those individual EQs, like I said earlier. You can go and do deeper feature as well. So you can go through, and if you want to adjust any points, you can easily. It's simple, no sweat, super easy. So, but to go into one of the other things I really like, the sound character profile. There's a manual option here. I like to always do things by hand. I'm going to listen and just kind of adjust as I work. I like to turn the top. Sometimes when you never know what you're going to get into. A lot of times on tour I'd find that the rooms are really bright and splashy, you know, in a locker room. So I'd like to turn the high end down a little bit so it's not as sharp and bright. That was always very helpful. Or if you've got a little bit too much bass buildup, you can bring the low end down with the extension. Usually -4 was a great starting point for me. I'm going to confirm this. And any other of the deeper features that I need to get into, I can right click on the speaker. You know, Acoustic Editor was always very helpful. If there was a certain point that I wanted to adjust, you know, just below 1K, I see a little bump here. I might want to bring that down and level it. I can do that all from this screen. But I'm going to leave it for today. And then, you know, I keep saying favorite features, but I think my favorite feature is the store to loudspeaker part of this, because if you want to turn your speakers off at the end of the night, or if there's a power outage or whatever, what have you, you know, we don't have time to tell the client, I need 5 minutes to cal really quick. Can you get out of your creative mode? No, you just store it to the loudspeaker. It's the most professional solution for calibrating speakers I've ever come across. So I'm going to do that so that I can turn these off at the end of the night when I go home, come back in the morning and work right where I left off. So store the speaker calibration profile. Simple as that. And then that's the overview of GLM 4 for you.